Hello everybody and welcome to the Showcase, where we take a look at articles on Wookieepedia, the Star Wars wiki. Today on the Showcase we take a look at Susalee, so let's get started. Quote, "The Matukai respect the Force in all matters, as do our friends, the Lonto. Yes, we channel its power, but only for the good of the natural world. Warren Val and Susalee to Worth Pluth." Susalee was a Lonto who served as the representative for her people on the Convocation of the Force, a council of Force-based religious organizations based in the holy city of the moon Jeddah during the High Republic era. In 382 BBY, Susalee oversaw many matters as a member of the Convocation, including the petition of the Yukam organization for membership, the disappearance of many religious artifacts throughout the holy city, and the bombing at the Temple of the Khyber. Susalee was also present when the Path of the Open Hand cult petitioned for the disbandment of the Convocation. She defended the Lonto from the past herald, Worth Pluth, when he accused them of abusing the Force. When Pluth then incited a riot in the lead-up to the Battle of Jeddah after being rejected, Susalee participated in the riot by attacking people with vines after being psychologically affected by the Path's living weapon, the Leveler. Biography. Defending the Yukam. Quote, "No, Serene. We Lonto have a long history with the Yukam. They renounced their allegiance to the Dark Path generations ago." Susalee to Serene. In 382 BBY, Susalee was a member of the Lonto species who represented it on the Convocation of the Force, a council of representatives from various religious groups affiliated with the Force that operated on the holy moon Jeddah. That year, Susalee attended a meeting of the Convocation at the Convocation Chambers in Jeddah City, where an envoy of the Yukam religion arrived to apply for membership onto the Convocation. When the Falanasi religion's representative, Serene Turan, attempted to attack the envoy, believing that the Yukam were Darksiders, Susalee held Turan back by wrapping their body with vines. Susalee defended the Yukam, citing their long history with the Lonto and insisting the Yukam had renounced their allegiance to the dark side generations prior. The Madukai group's representative, Warren Val, then sliced through Susalee's vines with an axe, upsetting her, knocking her off balance, and causing her to cry out. After the envoy retracted their petition, Susalee decided that they should not discuss what had happened yet and looked to the next day for a fresh perspective. That same year, a number of religious artifacts were stolen across the holy city. Jedi Padawan Mattia Cathli told Jedi Master Vildar Mak that Susalee suspected they were stolen by spice runners to use as collateral for their deals. Crisis on Jeddah. Quote, "The Guardians of the Wills have their perpetrator in custody." Taysirik. Susalee and Vildar Mak on the bombing of the Temple of the Khyber. Susalee later used her powers to help heal Master Mac's injuries that he sustained from a bombing at the Temple of the Khyber with tragia leaves, which she wrapped around his body with the Force. Mac tried to resist the treatment, but Cathli insisted that he go along with it and listen to Susalee's instructions. Susalee then revealed to him that Archivist Zumeg had died in the explosion, describing that he had passed into the garden beyond. Susalee also told him that the Guardians of the Wills, who protected the Temple of the Khyber, had placed the thief Taysirik in custody. Cathli then told Mac that they could not get any information about Sirik from the thief's droid, SKOT, because its memory had been scrambled in the explosion, which Susalee pointed out was convenient because of the accusations against Sirik. Later, Susalee was present at a meeting of the Convocation with Mac where they discussed the potential perpetrators of the bombing, eventually deciding to present a cover story to the public that a buildup of gas had caused it. When Worth Pluth, herald of a cult known as the Path of the Open Hand, who disapproved of using the Force, petitioned for the Convocation to be disbanded and use of the Force to be temporarily banned, he also accused Susalee and the Lonto of abusing the Force. Susalee and Val defended the organization, insisting they only channeled the Force for the good of the natural world. After, when Pluth incited a riot, Susalee was mentally disturbed by the presence of a Leveler, the nameless creature utilized as a weapon by the Path that preyed on Force sensitives and caused them to hallucinate. As a result, Susalee lost control of her powers and attacked many rioting citizens and members of the Convocation with her vines, while proclaiming that she was protecting the peace and light. Jedi Master Liban attempted to talk her down but failed. The riot evolved into the Battle of Jeddah, ending when the Path retreated from the moon. Personality and traits. Quote, "Well, I think that concludes the business of the day." Really? You don't think we should discuss what just happened? Representative Cleon is correct, Olivia. Tomorrow will bring fresh perspective, I am sure. Susalee and Cleon Tadara suggest ignoring the climactic events of the Yukam's petition to join the convocation. Susalee was a member of the Lonto, a species that worshipped the light side of the Force and had a special connection to nature that they were very proud of.
She was 1.85 meters, or 6 feet 1 inch tall, had gray skin covered in dark lines, pink lips, and dark blue eyes.
She wore half of her long brown hair tied up and wore the rest of it down her back. Like all Lonto, she was dedicated to channeling the Force for the good of the natural world and believed that people went to the garden beyond when they died. Due to their group's history, she had an affinity for the Yukam and stood up to them to the rest of the convocation. When under the influence of the Leveler, Susalee became obsessed with protecting life and the light to the point that she began attacking people with vines. Powers and abilities. Quote, protect the peace. Protect the light. Susalee, while unleashing her powers to attack due to the influence of the Leveler.
Like all Lonto, Susalee was a light-side Force user who could use the Force to manipulate nature, including to control and grow plants.
Using a mystical power the Lonto had, Susalee could also use plants to help heal injuries. However, Susalee lost control of her powers when affected by the presence of the Nameless. Equipment. Quote, Jedi Mac, you need to lie back. Let the Tragia leaves do their work. Susalee, while healing Vildar Mac with Tragia leaves. Susalee used vines and plants for various tasks, including as weapons. Through her powers, she also used them as healing aids and treated injuries with Tragia leaves. She wore a blue triangle on her forehead, a leaf headdress, and a necklace made of leaves, which had a round blue ornament.
Her pure silk Lonto robes consisted of a light green dress with a blue triangle on it, and a dark green cloak with gray sleeves that had blue ovals on them. She wore them with decorative ivy that could be manipulated and used as a weapon if necessary, and with sandals made out of vines and pink flowers. Behind the scenes. Quote, she is a member of a new species of aliens that are tall and willowy, with gray, bark-like skin as if they are made of wood. Cavan Scott, in his design brief for Susalee. Susalee was created by Cavan Scott and designed by Andrea Picardo for the Star Wars The High Republic Multimedia Initiative. She first appeared in Scott's comic story, Peace and Unity, which was illustrated by Picardo and published by Marvel Comics on October 12, 2022, in the first issue of the 2022 comic series, Star Wars The High Republic, as part of Phase 2 of the initiative. Her first name was first revealed in the fourth issue of the series, which was also written by Scott and was published on January 11, 2023. Part of the reason behind the creation of Susalee was that Scott wished to demonstrate that he liked plants after creating the sinister plant-like Drengir villains for the initiative. On October 1, 2023, Scott clarified that Susalee's species was Lonto, rather than the Lonto being a religious group. This was later confirmed by Star Wars The High Republic Character Encyclopedia, written by Megan Krause and Amy Rashaw, and released on November 9, 2023.